Time for another video. Stay tuned, see what I got. Thanks for tuning in. Jeff, Arizona Hot Homestead here. Pretty windy day, so kind of bear with the wind here. But I got something to show you here today that I've been working on. It's going to take me like 10 minutes. So let me show you what I'm doing and how it's working out. Many years ago, like when I was a kid, let me show you. My grandfather, my grandparents got me this. So this thing is like, what, maybe 45 years old. Now, it looks like it's missing some parts, but it's actually not. I just took them out and I haven't put them back in. But this is a nice Craftsman socket set. But the problem is, this hinge broke off because it was all plastic. So I'm putting a black piano hinge on there to make it work. And then the front hinges, let me see if I got one here, were just these plastic tabs. Where is it? Where am I? These plastic tabs, and they would latch onto that. They never really worked good, but they broke off too. So here's what I did. So what I did to smooth this out was I just brought this guy out, and with this thing here, I just went over it nice and smooth. This tab here was partially on, it was like half on, so I used that tool to finish cutting it off. And I didn't even sand this stuff down. I just used this. And then back here, what I did was I did the same thing. I went through the whole thing, and where it had ripped and some was still dangling, I smoothed it all off. This here, I did break out the palm sander and just did a quick palm sanding, but it seemed like it didn't really do any good. All I want to do is get all the burrs off. Get all the burrs off so I can start attaching this. Now, here's the cool part. To put this on, I don't want to put a screw through here because there's really nothing to hold on to it, because I can't like put a nut on the other end. So my thought was, how am I going, and then a screw would just come loose. So I'm using a rivet. In this particular case, this size rivets, where am I? This size rivet is what I'm using. It's amazing that long, and that's like a ½ inch, grips down to a ¼ inch. And then I broke out my riveter, and my riveter has, for different diameters, this is that one. I took off the original one, or not the original, but the one I've used in the past, which is right here. So I'll put it back on. And all I've started to do is just drill my hole and put in a couple of rivets. I'm going to finish putting rivets in all of them, but I wanted just to put a couple in to see if it works, and make sure I lined it up good and it opens and closes. And it works, dude. So let me finish riveting. And I'll tell you one thing, on the riveter, this is nice, but when you have a thick diameter, this guy here is, it takes a little bit of grunting to make it all work. The smaller diameter ones I've used are really easy. So I kind of wish I had a ratchet one, but it works. I just got to put some strength behind it. What a wimp, right? I want a ratchet one. So let me go ahead and finish these up. And then over here on the front, to replace this, my problem actually is, because this here is indented, I don't know how to put a hinge on it. So I don't know how I'm going to do that. So I got a hold of these guys here. So I'm hoping that I can put that right here, if I can put that right there, then I can latch it close. So let's see how it works. So I'm not too sure if it's just because my hole isn't big enough or what, but these are sliding right on the end, which I guess is kind of fine because it gives me a tighter fit, I think. So what I'm doing to help put them in is and I don't have my tripod with me, so just kind of bear with me. I'm putting this, like say, right, like that. And then I'm breaking out the hammer, and I'm just going whack on the pliers and the needle nose, and not too hard but kind of hard, and then it's going in just fine. So there we go there. Got it knocked in pretty good. And then I squeeze that. I actually have to squeeze it twice. And these will come right out. You got to pull them with a pair of pliers. I've already loosened this. So if you look at it now, you'll see if it focuses here. See the marks that it has on there? So the marks are the teeth that's inside this guy here. Focus. And what it's doing is just pulling that shaft. And as it pulls that shaft, this end here is wider, so it forces this outer shaft to buckle up. So mushroom out, I guess. So how this here looks like a washer on this end it becomes like a little ball on this end here, acts as a washer. And the goal is to sandwich these two together enough that it holds. And that's, I think, how these work. So let me go ahead and continue. So that guy's done. But those guys are done. But check this out. So, drill hole, drill hole, drill hole. These aren't a problem, but missed it there. But look at this. Dang, what number is that? Crap. And I don't know what socket goes there. It's a 5/16. You can see the 16, but I don't know what the rest is. So I went a little too far on a couple of them, but it'll work. This other side, oh yeah, I guess I went a little further there. Yeah, right there too. Oh well, so far, look at that. Now, let's do the hinges. Lining up the hinges, the latches are going to be tough. So let's try to line up the latches. Alright, so one fun thing was, as I was trying to do this, I'm holding this up and I'm trying to keep it closed where I try to line this stuff up. And get this, I just used this, kind of bungee it around the side, and that did wonders. So get this, I've never put on a latch like this. I still gotta do that guy there, but the one down here is done. So each one has 3. But I've never put one on. Get this, I put it on backwards. Check this out. So this was down here, and I had to break out that tool there, and without cutting this, I had to slip in there and break this free. So basically, I really didn't cut anything. I pretty much pried this off. So you can kind of see what it does. It just swells up, and because of this plastic, the plastic gave, so I'm assuming that's why it just kind of swelled up more than mushroomed out at the end. So I don't know how long those will last, but They'll last for a while at least, I hope. But the problem is, either I find a way to cut that off, or I just go buy another latch. They're cheap. Maybe I just buy another latch, and then we'll put it over there. Kind of funny, huh? But either way, that sure is a whole lot nicer. Look at that. Now I noticed something though when I was doing this, and I think this is why the original hinge over here never latched right. This here doesn't actually even line up perfectly. I actually have to push this in a little bit for that lip, this lip right there, for that lip to go inside there. I actually have to push it in a hair, and then I can latch it down. So that explains why that guy there never really latched right, and it could be another reason why that they gave away so fast, because so like this guy here isn't lining up at all. So basically we're going to force it to line up right though. So the bottom line is I think this thing was defective to begin with. That's why these latches never did latch very well. Huh. I never really paid attention. I just, you know, I was a kid at the time, so I didn't care. Anyhow, Grandpa, look, I'm fixing it. I gotta go get the hinge, or the latch. Why do they keep calling it a hinge? I gotta go get the latch. Alright, so I'm back with a new latch. So let's see the final product, or the final job, final whatever. Let's take a look at what I did. So today there's no wind, but lots of sun. Look at this. We got latches. Look at that. I know there's missing some stuff, but I got the stuff. I just got it elsewhere. Now, it doesn't line up perfectly, so I need like a little extra hand to get that latch kind of lined up. This latch is messed up. I gotta do something about that. And we got the hinge. This is what I used. My riveter. And then we have a whole bunch of these guys here left over. These are just the shafts of the rivets. Throw those away. Guess I can throw away these latches. Done. Thanks for watching. Jeff Arizona Homestead. See you. Bye. Have fun.